Hear me okay? You got me? All right, guys. So they're going to do a couple last-minute checks. We got Dan and, of course, Kathleen. Kathleen, you hear me all right? Perfect. All right, guys. Again, my name's Ryan. You guys will be flying around the island with me this morning. So welcome to Blue Hawaiian and aloha. So the plan is I'll ask you guys a couple quick questions and we'll get out of here. Now, Kendall, they're all finished doing the last-minute checks. They check our cameras out there for us. But I wanted to make sure that you guys all saw that safety briefing. Everybody see that briefing inside? Any questions on that stuff? I didn't think so. Usually most people, I think they do a really good job, so not a whole lot of questions, but anybody's first time in a helicopter, by the way? Oh, good. I don't want to be the only one, so it'll go well. All right, so I'll talk with ground, and then we'll get out of here. Let me talk with Kendall, see if she'll let us take off, and then here we go.
We'll just glide. Starry-eyed.
All right, she said yes. Now, I turned the microphones off just for takeoff and landing. Otherwise, they're on about 98% of the time. I'll turn them right back on as soon as we get over the harbor.
Angels cheer, 'cause we're together, weather-wise. Such a lovely day.
All right, guys, here we go.
And we'll beat the birds down to Acapulco Bay.
Brainstorm, take me away from the norm. I got to tell you something. This phenomenon, I had to put it in a song, and it goes like, whoa, amber is the color of your energy. Whoa, shades of gold displayed naturally. You wanna know what brings me here? Oh, glide through my headline to fear, and I know whoa, amber is the color of your energy. Shades of gold displayed naturally.
All right, guys, as promised, air traffic control to say goodbye to me, so microphones are back on. Did you guys come in the Pride of America by chance? I'll fly it right by your boat then. Let you guys check it out. Again, that's operated by Norwegian Cruise Lines, and I believe you guys head over to Oahu from here. Sound about right? Yeah. We just got the call earlier that your boat leaves at 9:30 this morning, so yeah, sorry about that. Just kidding. I see you guys leave usually around 2 or 3 o'clock. Might catch a couple of helicopters flying over you. So we're still in the air traffic control area, so I got to do a couple more turns to make Tower happy. But you'll see some kayakers, and those are paddle boats, or paddle boards this morning. I'll see if I can lean you guys over just a little bit. There they are. There's our kayakers. That's the whole Lihia River. I was using the filming of the movie Indiana Jones, so this is where they took off in the seaplane. Now you'll remember the pilot's pet, which was a snake up in the front. At least he pulled it out. We don't have snakes on Hawaii, though. You'll see some ATVs. They're actually just in front of us on the right-hand side. I'll try to lean us over again. They'll have me do a couple more turns, and then we are out of the controlled airspace, but you'll see a bunch of blue ones just off our right-hand side.
Lost 1,000 ships in my heart, so easy. Still it's mine from afar, and you know that. Whoa,
They do some zip lines up here as well. We've got tandem 700 footers. They start right at the base of the hill and they'll go all the way down to the right. Looks like power lines when we fly over it. Try to point those out to you guys as well. And there they are. They're right below us. A little lines. Of course, I'm afraid of heights. I don't do that kind of stuff, but you guys should check it out. Just kidding, not afraid of heights. So this area, this background, was actually used in the 1993 Jurassic Park. This is where the dinosaurs were roaming around. They used the tops of these mountains in the movie Avatar. They digitally cut them out, and these were the floating mountains. They were used for the inspiration for the animated movie called Lilo and Stitch. In this area,
you put that music?
Oh,
That was so appropriate.
I think it just kind of brings the feel. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Timing is important. There's Jurassic Falls off the right. We'll do a little turn. Put it on the left-hand side as well. We'll make a little left-hand turn so Kathleen and Dan get a nice view. Now you'll see a bunch of waterfalls as we fly right up this little valley. They're called Kahili Falls. Of course, they all feed down into Jurassic Falls. Sneaky ones on the right, they just kind of pop up. Guys, as we leave Jurassic Falls, you guys are going to notice there's a whole lot of land out here. It's actually owned by a guy. At least two guys take care of it. Bruce and Keith Robinson. Those guys came here from at least from New Zealand back in the 1800s. At least their family did. And they bought all this land for $10,000 in gold. Now, I always think it's kind of cool that as you look around, you'll notice none of it was developed. It's all just the day they bought it. A couple of water tanks, a few dirt roads. That's it. I think they did an amazing job just keeping it just the way we're looking at it, which turns out to be about 51,000 acres. They also own an island. It's called No Man's Land, the Forbidden Island. It's called Ni'iau. It's about 17 miles off to the west of us. And I'll show you guys. I wish we could fly out there. I've never actually stepped foot on that island. We got what's called Ni'iau Helicopters, which is owned and operated by the Robinson family. About 1,000 people a year make it out there via that helicopter. Something about asking my wife to spend $400 on a helicopter flight. It's just not going over well. But I'm trying. Typically I spend about 7 hours flying the island every day. Of course, this place is pretty amazing. Hopefully you guys get a chance to enjoy it. And now we're coming into Olokeli Canyon.
Could you just imagine if they were around and saw highways on the sacred grounds?
So Olokeli is going to run from our right all the way down below us, all the way down to the left-hand side. It's a very large canyon. Once we move past that, that's when we're going to Waimea Canyon.
That our people are in great, great danger now. Would they feel? Would their smiles be content then and cry?
A couple of quick facts about Kaui. It's about 5-ish million years old. Give or take a couple of years, and it is the oldest island in the chain. We got about 60 to 70,000 residents. Of course, they do call it the Garden Island. Now, this red dirt, it's called iron oxide. It makes it very easy to grow stuff out here. Over 90% of the island is agriculture.
We noticed the difference in the soil being red versus the other islands.
Yeah, it does tend to stand out. Now, again, iron oxide, rust, same. But that stuff, again, all that Take you guys over into Kaui National State Park. Show you a few things along the way.
So is there other hiking back here?
Yeah, there's quite a few different hikes, and I'm going to actually fly you and show you guys a bunch of them. Now, if you ever grab the Ultimate Guidebook to Kauai, you can go on Google, Hawaii Revealed, that's a little smartphone app. Now, I like Hawaii Revealed because the GPS will take you right to the beginning of all the trails. One of the most popular one, Nu'ulo. That one gives you a view of the Nepali coast, 7.2 miles round trip. I think it's highly, highly worth the effort. And as we fly, you'll see a bunch of these little ridge lines, and they all work their way out towards the ocean. A lot of hikes that go down them. Now, that is called Barking Sands. That's a military base, but if you look all the way out on the horizon, that's Ni'iau. That's the Robinson's home. Right now we're flying over to Kaui National State Park. There's a lot of wild pig out here, so if you ever decide to go hunting, they'd love to see you. It's a nuisance animal out here. They're everywhere. And this is from lightning strikes. That was quite a long time ago. There's actually a truck out here for the first time in forever. I think they grabbed the wood. Not sure what they're doing with it. We're just glad to see it go away. Those piles have been there for years. They call it barking sands because you got these little shells, and when they blow across the beach, they make a barking noise. Teach you another Hawaiian word called Nepali. Nepali stands for the cliffs. We'll go over a few more of these ridge lines and then take you guys right over Nepali coast. Views have been awesome this morning. And these white domes, that's part of the early missile warning defense system. That's operated by the Navy as well. This is where you might have heard about that little text message that was sent out about 8-9 months ago. Here comes the nukes. Right there. It was a miscommunication during shift change, but I just feel bad for the guy. You know, he went home and probably had some teenagers say, yeah, we got your text. That probably didn't go over too well. But everything's fine, as you can tell. The Army Corps of Engineers did try to build a road through here. They actually tried twice, and they gave up twice. And there's a bunch of different trails that you're going to see as we move through this area. But again, the Nu'ulo Trail, that is by far the best. It's going to take you to the very last ridge line that's in front of us. Once we cross that, you're going to have a great view of the Nepali coast. About 7.2 miles round trip. Now they do call this red dirt, that iron oxide, Hawaiian ice. If you happen to be doing the hike, when you're coming down, remember, you got to go back up. That stuff is slick.
Me and you and
Coming from Phoenix, you might not be used to the ice either, so take your time. Might see some people hanging out here. There's a couple of people off our right-hand side. They like to hang out by the trees because they're looking at the coast. Welcome, guys.
and the brightness of day. I like the dark and think to myself.
This first area off our right, that's called Nu'ulo Aina. I'm going to take us offshore, get us down a little bit. We'll make a right-hand turn. Show you guys some of these valleys.
The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, singing, how do you do? They really say.
Now you'll see a rock off our right-hand side that looks like it has a beach separated. Just now starting to see where it divides it. There's actually a 90-foot archway that connects the beach.
Much more than we'll know, and I think to myself,
I was using a lot of movies. Pirates of the Caribbean had Captain Jack Sparrow being chased on the beach right through that archway. 6 days, 7 nights. Anne Heche, Harrison Ford, same thing. Chased through that archway on that beach. Yep, by pirates. Okay, we're going to go into Hanapu, Valley of the Gods.
And so to get to that arch, it's by boat?
By boat is about the only way. Yeah.
that's where you find me. Oh,
Yeah, so helicopters, we don't land down there. The boats are about the only way, and they're pretty tough. You gotta talk the pilot, or at least the captain, into letting you out, which it has to be super calm, actually, just like today. It's about the nicest it gets out here. And being called Valley of the Gods, you're gonna see a whole lot of fluted cliffs. This is what 5 million years of erosion looks like. something about the way the sun always hits this little spot. It does really, it's got the perfect depth for the water. You also notice some boats. Now, these boats are making their way out to the north. And what I'm going to do is we'll slide about a 1/4 mile offshore just so we can try to catch them going into some sea caves. Sea caves are a little ways up as we work our way up towards KA and tunnels, North Shore, Princeville. So these smaller boats will go into these sea caves. A lot of people say it's like a Disneyland tour. It's pitch black in some of these. They're just now starting to come into view. There's a large sea cave called Honolulu, and right before it, we got ones we call them Horseshoe. Never really know if I'm going to catch these boats, but since it's so calm out here, at least until we get up KA, see the wind lines. So you'll see a waterfall that splits that entrance. That's where I usually catch them. There's a boat coming out of the one Honolulu. You can see him back there right now, kind of working his way towards us. See if we can slow down and catch. There's a couple of them. Of course, I love that blue too. I don't know. Just really cool water today. Now, we don't fly in these valleys back here because the Hawaiians believe it's very spiritual, and they asked us not to, so we respect that. You'll also notice I don't fly over houses. Blue Hawaiian, we figure, hey, you got a helicopter flying over your house every 2 minutes, probably would be annoying. That's called Hanakapiai, that little beach off our right. And right in front of us where we're going, that's KA. Probably feel a little wind through here. Very normal. Feel it every day. Comes around the side of this little hill. But again, it's called KA. Got a little helicopter off our left-hand side. So we'll stay to the right here. So KA is where you begin the Kalalau Trail. Just off our right-hand side, that little beach area. A couple people down there today, which is actually very rarely seen because this is the area that got all that rain. That's the Botanical Gardens, so where you see the hill starting to work its way up. Looks like a mansion. That's it. And in front of us, that's tunnels. Now, if you heard of Bethany Hamilton, this is where her encounter with the shark was. The name of the movie is called Soul Surfer, but they filmed it actually in Oahu. The name of the town, Hyena. This is the area that is restricted. You got to live here to come here. It's got to literally say Hyena on your driver's license. Not even my local Kauai driver's license will get me back here. Yeah, I tried a couple times. I want to come back here too. And here's tunnels. And right in front of us, that's Princeville. Got two major hotels. The one on the left is the Westin, the one on the right is St. Regis. Those are those two huge white buildings. That's Lumahai Beach. And that's Hanalei Bay right past it. Now, Hanalei Bay is open, business as usual. So if you want to come out here, hang out, restaurants, shops, everything's open. Wouldn't even know anything had happened up here. average about 110 inches of rain up here, and as you can tell, it's scattered all over the place. It's constantly kind of a light rain. Typically it rains here at night, but lately it's just been kind of nonstop. So we'll make a right-hand turn. I'll put Hanalei Bay, Principal, off the left-hand side for a while. Take us up back towards the mountains. that little rainstorm really added to our totals. And we'll be flying up right over the river, right all the way up Honolulu Valley. Just headed to the south here. They did film a lot of movies back in this area. Tropic Thunder, the beginning scene where they had a bunch of Kiwis flying through a valley, right here. And Jurassic World, you might remember a helicopter chasing a huge dinosaur towards a blue dome. That was filmed up here as well. I'll show you identifying mark. There's also some waterfalls going on our right-hand side. I caught them last flight. They come and go with the rain. The ones on the left you can definitely see a lot closer. Occasionally see some animals through here. They got 85 bison that hang out in Princeville. Around here we'll see some mountain goats. It's usually about it. You might have noticed we got a couple of wild chickens around the island as well. They'll go into any restaurant. If that door's open, they'll cruise right on in there and steal all your french fries. Except for KFC. They don't go in there. I don't know why. And that's the north wall to the Waialeale crater. That's the area that we'll see over 600 inches of rain. It's cloudy 360 days a year. Used to be about 9,000 feet tall. Now it's 5243. That's what a few million years worth of erosion will get you. Been dormant for 500,000 years. And if you look, you'll see a white eye on the side of the mountain here. That mineral deposit, that's right above the blue dome in Jurassic World. And it's seen 3 times in Tropic Thunder where the Hueys were flying right through this valley. East side of the crater, that's the side that pushed out. That's the birthplace of Kaui. So this is all still part of the north wall. So what I'm doing is going around to the left of it, so that way we can make a right-hand turn into the east side. Now we make it back there about a third of the time because we get a lot of rain, a lot of clouds. Now those clouds and all that rain make it tough, but this morning, well, it's been perfect. It's also been waterfall central back there. You can see this is just those waterfalls off our right. That's just because it's raining so much up top. Most of that water goes inside the crater, and you guys will see here in a few minutes. You can actually see the top of it right there, just through that little hole, which is kind of a rare thing. It'll be gone here shortly. So we'll make that right-hand turn. Usually pretty dark back here. So the area that we're going into, you'll see it kind of V down. That's the main entrance. It goes back and then to the left. Now, for perspective, we're going to have 2,500 feet of dormant volcano right above us. About 2,000 feet around.
Everywhere I turn to begins a new beginning, but never finds a finish. I walk to the horizon, and there I find another. It all seems so surprising, and then I find that I know. You go there, you come forever. I go there, I lose my way. Stay without you, anywhere it is. The moon upon the ocean is swept around in motion, but without ever knowing the reason for
They call that area Jackpot. up on the top, but it's almost always cloudy. I never see it even this high. It's been a few months. Normally it's full of clouds.
Stars out, the life that is to be mine.
on the beach in Hawaii. I wish you were here with me, walking on the beach in Hawaii, playing on the golden sand, looking at the ocean. Now I understand. Love is like the open sea, and I wish you were here with me. On the beach in Hawaii. Since you've been gone away, I think about